What is going on, everybody? It is Friday night, June 20th, 2025 at 9:56 p.m. Sorry I'm a little late. I am a little bit whooped right now. My kids did a number on me. Whew. Tell you all about that here in a few. So, getting everything set up for tonight. I got a couple announcements to make. Close that. So we're going to start off with the NBA break, as I'm working on getting those all put up here. What's up, Jaw? You all are having a good Friday. We had a fun Friday, although I learned some stuff. It's like stuff I already knew, but I still kind of had hope it wasn't going to be what I thought it was, but it's exactly what I thought it was going to be. Namely, has to do with the Six Flags Company. I'll tell you all about that here. So once we get enough people kind of rolling in here, while everybody's jumping in, we have to move a bunch of these Funkos over here. Just so many. It keeps growing. They got a new card shop opening about 45 minutes north of us here. Tomorrow I'm going to go scout out the competition. I'm not scared of competition in the area. I think, frankly, it's a good thing. I think you want to have competition in your area because if you can encourage the area to be more popular, then, people can't find at your shop, they'll go try to find someone else's. So, Nick will tell you all about what the competition for him has done from his business standpoint. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, sorry. Whacking the camera here. Hi, Becky. How are you? Becky, did you see that note about the basketball spots and my goof up? I just gave you something with more value in it, essentially. Hey, it actually worked out, too, because you ended up getting... ended up working out because what I moved you to ended up getting you the Spurs for a box, too. All right. All the tags are in already. So we've got a couple announcements. One, I'm going to put a link. This link right here is a link to a Google page, kind of like the one you all have from the Stack Shipping List. This link is to let me know what breaks you want tags in. I'm trying to compile a list so that when I can't do so please mark an X next to your name on what breaks you want the end. Basically, what it's going to do is I'm going to start using that list for when I can't use the everyone tag to basically individually tag folks. It's also going to tell me when to not tag certain people because I hate, I feel like an idiot when I tag somebody and they're like, I only do football. Sorry, put you on a tag in a basketball break. My bad. So it's going to help me kind of make a better list for you all and get a just a better kind of conciseness to everything. So hopefully that'll be helpful going forward. All right. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. And then we've got a mini up right now. Becky's asking Cardinals, Cowboys, 50. Yep, I can do that. Becky, I can do that. I can do the Cardinals, Cowboys for 50. I'll take that. I'll put Becky against that one. All right. Getting a little bit closer on that. There's a mini that has 5 spots left. Tell you, those Series 2 jumbos have been hitting really hard. They've been doing pretty good. All right. I'm going to copy the mini for that into the group chat as well. All right. Mini has 5 spots left. Really? I made it where it's supposed to be publicly shareable. I literally made it. So it says, general access. Anyone with the link. Oh, let me try it this way. Should be the same thing. Try that one, but let's see if I can release it. Let's see if I can open it up to you. Apparently I have to use the share link. Interesting. Share. All right. Well, Alan, I just put you in now. Now you can see it. All right. I just approved Alan. So if for some reason it doesn't work, just go ahead and hit request share access, and I'll grant you access. Try now. I just said I just approved you. Just doing everything. Try to do everything right. It just all likes to go sideways. And so it goes. All right. All right. Try it again. See if it'll let me know if it works. Okay. So let's get started with this. Okay, cool. So yeah, so just request access for any of y'all that are in the break right now if you want to go in there and make that edit. We have that mini up. I'm absolutely, my butt got kicked from those kids. Whew. We went to King's Dominion today, so it's a Cedar Point family park. We wanted to do it last weekend, but things didn't work out. But all right, we're going to kick us off. 11 of these Monopoly boxes. I caught them on a really good Target sale. And for as cheap as they were, if you all did the math and just saw the prices on these, doing 15 boxes of basketball doesn't happen very often. So this worked out really, really well. I'm going to keep my eyes open to see if it ever happens again. But definitely try to take full advantage of that. So Chad is going to start with the Spurs in this one. But, oh my God, I got my butt kicked today. So Cedar Point and Six Flags merged companies last year. And I think they basically are still acting as two separate entities, but they are allowing people who have passes from one park to get to the other. So I had thought, because when I looked at my season passes for Six Flags, I'm like, okay, so I can't. It says all parks, so I'm assuming that means that I can get to all parks, including Cedar Point. Nice. So I'm like, okay. So I go to our Six Flags a couple weeks ago. We just did rides with the kids. Just sneeze. Hold on. All right, it's officially a break night because I sneeze. Yeesh. And I go to guest services and I have them scan my pass. I say, do we have access to Cedar Point parks based on the way our park passes say? And they scanned them and they said, yes. They said, the only thing you don't have access is parking. And I went, okay, I can deal with that. So we go to King's Dominion today. I bought the parking ahead of time. And then we get to the front gate. All right, here we go. Let's do first box. Ooh. We got a Monopoly dice. Let's kick that one to the back here. We'll do that one last. Got the dice emoji. Donovan Mitchell, Reed Shepard for the Rockets. LaMelo, Jamal Murray, Isaiah Collier, Cameron Thomas, Franz Wagner, Scotty Barnes, Jimmy Butler, Brandon Ingram, Bub Carrington, Jaren Jackson Jr., Anthony Davis, Cade Cunningham, Damian Lillard, Victor Wembanyama. There you go, Chad. Nice little spur for you. It may not be a rookie, but it's still a good card. Second year Wemby, Red Wave. There you go, good start. Jonathan Kuminga, James Harden, Jaylen Brown, Kevin Durant, another Red Wave, Darius Garland for the Cavs, Scoot Henderson. We saw Franz again. Let's see. Are we going to get rookie? Not seeing a rookie. That is a Scotty Barnes for the Toronto Raptors on the dice emoji. Not numbered. Sparkly dice. So we got to the front gate. Like, I was expecting it to not work. Basically, is how that boiled down. And we get in there, and I said, I'm gonna see if this works. And they scan it, and they go, sorry, invalid barcode. I'm like, ugh. All right, Brad Harriger, you are up for the Spurs. Mark Chad's here because I want to make sure I have everything set appropriately. My markers. Black markers love to run off on me. All right. All right. Made a note to myself on which one's Chad's. Okay. So I told the lady, I said, well, we're supposed to have the all parks pass. She goes in. So the thing was, if you go in the Six Flags app, when you click on your pass, it tells you what add-ons you can do. Empty box. Again, Brad has the Spurs for this box. And I'm just walking down the list. Last four, by the way, on this one. The Raptors, the Mavericks, the Trailblazers, the Pistons, and the Lakers are all going to get Revolution boxes for the Spurs. So when you go into the app, it doesn't show you anything for like an add-on. Like it says add dining pass, add flash pass, but doesn't have anything else. But if you're on the outside main screen, it'd be like add the all parks passport. I'm like, well, it's not showing that against my passes, and it shows me all the other stuff, so we must have it. So they call the manager over. She scans our passes. She looks, she says, you didn't actually have, she's like, you don't have it on there. I said, well, that's great, because Six Flags told us they did. Now, the thing I don't like, Kelsey, it's for you to go identify what breaks you would like tags in. What breaks do you want tags in? Minis? Which breaks do you want tags in? You may have to request access if the share link doesn't work, but it's how I'm trying to use in order to get people to know who to tag in breaks and minis. So if you have to request access, just let me know and I'll go ahead and approve you. So I back out of the whole thing, and then I start working my way through trying to see if I can buy the all parks pass. Sure enough, you can. All right, Brad Harriger's got the Spurs. Everyone else has their teams. Jaren Jackson Jr. for the Grizz. Magic Johnson. Jimmy Butler, Brandon Ingram, Damian Lillard, Bub Carrington, Anthony Davis. I told you, it's going to freaking blow my mind when they don't sleep tonight after everything he did.
He's the good sleeper.
I know. Is it like he's two in his head?
He was like, hug. Give him some more hugs.
Did you put lotion on him at all? Because he had all that chlorine water. If he still is restless, put lotion on him. Because we never showered him when he got home. So, just thinking. I'm sure he better be asleep. So.
He needs a WD-40 at the door.
Yes, I know I do. Oh, even Kelsey said squeaky door sounds.
Yeah. I told you last time WD-40.
Yeah.
Bye.
Love you. Bye. All right. Cade Cunningham, Kevin Durant, Red Wave, Zion, Jonathan Kuminga, Warriors, James Harden for the Clippers, Karl Anthony Towns for the Knicks, Jaylen Brown for the Knicks, Zachary Reisher for Red Rookie for the Hawks, Scoot, Tyrese, Jalen Brunson. Ooh, nice one for the 76ers there. How about a silver Jared McCain? Nice. So, of course, the all parks pass for the entire year, which you have to buy every year apparently, is $100. Brad's going to get a Spur, Victor Wembanyama right there, RJ Barrett, Brandon Miller, Cameron Johnson, and Darius Garland. So it ended up being $100 per person. I actually debated about buying the all parks, but just buying a Cedar Point membership versus doing the all parks pass. But our pass stuff does carry over, including the free parking. We do get discounts. I think they said some of the food stuff may not carry over. So I decided just to kind of stick with it so we keep our primary benefits with Six Flags. But our Six Flags here, local to us, is actually closing. They're actually closing that park down. So we'll see what happens in the next couple of years or so. All right. Mr. Trokey has this box for the Spurs. Everyone else has their teams. Needless to say, I spent $435 today on getting my kids into the park. Because I spent $35 too. Actually, I spent $465 because I bought a season drink pass Chad's going to see something really interesting. If you buy the souvenir cup or like the, if you buy the or get the free member cup for the season, you'll notice the cup says Six Flags Corporation on it now. Interesting thing about that is too, they changed the color for the seasonal cup for the members versus the between the Six Flags Cup and the Cedar Point Cup. So and they actually list the parks that seasonal cup is applicable to. So you can't take a seasonal cup from Six Flags and use it at a Cedar Point park, which it's like the communication on the merger and how that affected members to each park was ridiculous. It was cheaper for me to, because we're diamond members on Six Flags, it was cheaper for me to do the $99 than doing 120 or more. I looked at those gold passes, Chad. The silver passes, apparently after Labor Day, they can't use them. So you can't use them for the haunts or any of the, if there's Christmas stuff. So, which stinks. But I kind of want to call Six Flags and say, hey, you guys owe me $35 because if I had known that if I had to buy the all parks pass that I would have got my parking included, which is what your people didn't tell me, I wouldn't have had to pay an extra $35 for parking today. All right, so Mr. Trokey has the Spurs. Everyone else has theirs. John Morant, Mr. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who always seems to follow us everywhere. DeJounte Murray, DeAndre Fox, Patrick Ewing, Dennis Rodman, Jacoby Walter, Joel Embiid, Devin Carter for the Kings, Yao Ming, Luka Doncic, Zach LaVine, LaMelo, Jamal Murray, Pascal Siakam, Saloon, Franz Wagner, Scotty Barnes, Charles Barkley, Red Wave, Trae Young, Shaq, a cool looking Anthony Edwards Red Wave right there, Julius Randle, and Bradley Beal. Well, definitely Cedar Point seems to do their Fright Fest much better than Six Flags, at least compared to our local one. All right, Rich Schaefer has the Spurs on this one. Empty box. All right. So my kids love water parks. So the one thing about King's Dominion, if anyone's ever been to King's Dominion, is King's Dominion's water park is not right up front. It is literally the furthest point back in the entire park. So Aiden, he's got his leg issues. I carried him from the parking lot basically all the way to the water park because we didn't put his leg braces on him because he's been pushing them down like crazy. And I walked miles today with a 50-pound child on my legs, or on my shoulders, my legs are just absolutely floored. Yeah, you eventually get it once they get bigger. All right, Rich Schaefer has the Spurs. Everyone else has theirs. Jalen Tyson, Devin Vassell, there's one for Rich. Bradley Beal, Trae Young, DeMar DeRozan, Claxton, Dillingham, Randall, Ware, Porter Jr., Williams, Ron Holland II, Victor Wembanyama, another Red Wave. Red Wave Wemby for Rich. Sengun, Tyrese Maxey, John Morant, Paulo Banchero, pink. That is number 2/199 for the Oklahoma City Thunder. 34/199, Jalen Williams. I think he dropped like a 40 basket for the night. Or no. Yeah. Is that Williams that dropped like 40 points in game 4 or something? Or game 5? Now, first numbered card in the box. I didn't know they had just straight pink prisms. All right. You'll get there eventually. Kobe White, I did that for years too. Giannis, Alexander Sarr going to Becky, Lauri Markkanen, and Kyrie Irving, who didn't want to stay. All right. Next box up, we've got James. James C is the Spurs. Of course, with my kids, now that they want to ride the bigger rides, guess who's got to carry all the inner tubes? This guy. We had a scary kid moment, though, today because Aiden, I lost track of Aiden on where he was. And I was trying to find him. Apparently, he went up to one of the top water slides. And instead of going down, he just sat there. So the lifeguard actually pulled him off the slide and started walking him down, asking for like where the parents are. And I see a lifeguard walking Aiden down, and I just absolutely went into panic mode because I was like, "Oh my God, what's wrong? What happened? What did he do?" Apparently, it was just because he was sitting there. He might have been stimming, honestly, with his autism. But I seriously had to have walked 20 flights of stairs because you know those water slides. I mean, those are at least 4 or 5 flights of stairs getting up to the top of them. Not to mention they want to burn your feet like crazy. And then getting on the inner tube, getting down, putting it back on top of my shoulders, taking it back up. They just wear you out. All right. James has this one for the Spurs. Everyone else has theirs. I think what we've kind of concluded is now Kings Dominion's roller coasters, top notch. We've kind of concluded, though, we kind of like the Six Flags water park that we have because everything's a lot more co-located and kind of easier to get to, whereas we feel like the Kings Dominion one was a lot more spread out and harder to kind of go back and forth between. It was a lot of long walking between rides. Oh, I did get my cardio in. It wore me out. Magic Johnson, Larry Legend, Larry Bird, Kyrie Irving, Kobe White, Charles Barkley, Tim Duncan, there's a Spur for James, John Furphy, Lauri Markkanen, Dennis Rodman, Red Wave, Kawhi Leonard for the Clippers, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Johnson, Yao, Ewing. Man, this is one of these like legend packs here. Donovan Mitchell, Red Wave, Mikal Bridges, Bam Adebayo, Dwayne Wade, Draymond Green, Porzingis, Bronny James, first Bronny James he's seen, Jaden Ivey, Jalen Green, and Jared McCain. I mean, that's why I said my butt is where I was exhausted. I had to stop at the gas station halfway through and get a mocha coffee with a double espresso shot in it because I was, Lisa had me driving on it initially, and I was like, I needed that the sensor on the car to help keep me in the center lane. Oh, trust me, when you can fix stuff yourself, it's a glorious feeling. James, let's see. How'd you do your alignment, though? because tie rods typically require you to align your tires. All right, Becky's got this box for the Spurs. Box. Trying to pull that tongue out there. There we go. I will say the manager at Cedar Point was super nice. The thing I have this problem I have with Six Flags is they don't have a customer service line you can call, so I couldn't ask them if my pass is qualified or not. But it's fine. It works out in the end. I can give a Six Flags hell later on. Interested to see what this new card shop looks like. I thought they didn't have much stuff for retail or for products, and then they posted a video for their opening tomorrow, and I'm like, oh, your walls are stuffed. But it looks very heavy retail stuffed. So I'm curious to see when their price marking on a lot of stuff goes. They're also heavy Panini football, which I'm like, again, it's a tough one right now. As we know with the break we're trying to fill tonight. All right. Damian Lillard, Bub Carrington, DeMar DeRozan, Jalen Green, Kevin Durant, Ron Holland II, silver. We've got a couple nice silvers tonight. Not blowing it out of the water with these boxes, but hey, for what it ended up costing and for what we're able to bring this to the group for, it wasn't too bad. Klay Thompson, Matisse Bezulis, Jason Tatum, Tim Duncan, Red Wave. That one's going to Becky. Zach LaVine, Jacoby Walter, Yao Ming, Jokic, Saloon, Doncic, Shaq, Dwayne Wade, Trae Young, Pascal Siakam, Yao, Larry Legend, Randall, and Beal. All right, so Becky got a Red Wave Timmy. We will have the Series 1 hobby box after this, and then we'll see where we are with the mini, if we can get that running tonight. And then we'll do the Donruss first off the line. That Donruss first off the line box is a good box. This is Becky. All right, we've got Mr. Trokey's now back up again. Box 7. Yeah, so far we got 2 parallels so far, right? We got the Dice parallel and we got the 1/99. Need some of those Shimmer Millionaires, right? I want to see one of these Money Blast cards. That's my biggest thing, is it's the Money Blast cards that I have my biggest interest in. This one's just falling apart here. That pack was terrible. That thing just like split in a million pieces there. All right, let's try that again. Jeez. I was just not wanting to come apart well. All right. Mr. Trokey's up. Yow, Patrick Ewing, Shai Gilgeous on the red wave. Isaiah Collier, Dwayne Wade, Silver, Luca, very nice. Jimmy Butler, Brandon Ingram, Jaden Ivey, Bam Adebayo, Anthony Davis, Cade Cunningham, Ivic Zubac, Bronny James, Kuminga, Harden, Klingon, Jordan Poole, Victor Wembanyama. There's one for Mr. Trokey. Scoot Henderson, Jalen Tyson, Devin Vassell. There's two. Mikal Bridges, Red Wave, and Darius Garland. All right. I'm just not into Magic. I never got into it, and I feel like it's one of those ones where it's like you know how to do it. I saw some of those in our all right, so I've got the Spurs for this one coming up. And then Brad will have the next two, and then I will have the next one. Yeah, Magic's one of those interesting ones where I've always heard like you get a bunch of boxes and cards that may be worthless, but you hold on to them because they can definitely turn up to be value, because if they come out with a new set on them, you can find that there's new combos that made worthless cards now super valuable. I'm curious about Pokemon. Do people even play the Pokemon game anymore, or is it just collecting? Is it just people collecting the cards? Because like the full art cards, right, don't actually have any more value than, or don't actually play better in the game, do they? I don't understand Magic. I really don't. I know Daniel is a big Magic player, but I'm not. All right. Here we go. All right. I got the Spurs on this one. If I don't hit a big one, I'm going to try to just shove the Spur cards in someone else's pack. Zubac, Bronny James again, Jared McCain again, Draymond Green, Donovan Klingon, Jordan Poole, Matisse Bazulis, Jalen Green, Devin Vassell, Dame Lillard, Red Wave, Cody Williams, Klay Thompson, Nicholas Claxton, Jalen Tyson, Kevin Durant, Red Wave, Zion, Michael Porter Jr., DeMar DeRozan, Chet Holmgren, Reisher, Wade, Yao, Curry, and LeBron. Not much there. Just going to put this Spur card in somebody's random pack. And we'll put the McCain over here. I feel like it's one of those games where it gets more and more complicated. Yeah, I feel like I just don't know if anyone actually plays that game anymore. Like, I actually told my wife, with all the Pokemon cards we've gotten, I'm almost like, let's actually take some of the cards and try to build a set and see if we can play the game against each other. Because, you can take all the specials out, but the cards they still play. So, And then maybe we can teach the kids. Empty box. Aiden's actually gonna make his racing debut, I think, in a couple weeks here on July 3rd. I gotta post the videos to the group, or at least on my page, of him doing his go-kart drive around. I should actually just turn the power up and let him see how he does in our backyard. Oh yeah, I mean, learning, and they say it's a good day when you learn something new. Man, that case of Monopoly we had was so loaded. I do have other basketball coming too. I do have Topps Chrome basketball. I have a bunch of other stuff. All right, here we go. Good luck. Donovan Clingan, Jordan Poole, Jalen Williams, Dillingham. This is Brad, by the way, for the Spurs. Jalen Tyson, Devin Vassell. There's one for Brad. Alfred Sengun, Maxey, Claxton, Alfred Sengun, Red Wave, Kyrie Irving, Kobe White, Damian Lillard, DeRozan, Kobe White again, Markkanen, Brown, Durant, Johnson, Furphy, Brunson, Anderson, to Anthony Towns, Bridges, and Shai Gilgeous. I'm getting a little frustrated here. I want to see something more. I want more. I know they even have these still at my Target too. Probably saw only an original run they had. But I gotta wait for one of those buy one, get one 50% off sales again. All right, Brad's got this one for Spurs, and then we're gonna get into Revolution. Dick's Sporting Goods has the blasters and empty box has the blasters and the megas for Revolution as a full case, but I'm really debating whether or not if it's worth doing a case of it or just kind of keep trying to buy them individually, because obviously the thing we're looking for is kabooms. Well, they've been on sale because it's not even because they consider them a toy, not trading cards, which is kind of nice because they still carry. Obviously, Becky, who made the $4,100 off the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, they still sell, but they consider them. Target classifies these as toys. Jaden Ivey, Bam Adebayo, Joker, Jimmy Butler, Zubac, Bronny again, Davis. Yeah, it really takes a lot away. Cunningham, Clingan. I do not have a CT scanner in my house. Sorry, guys. Poole, Kuminga, Harden, Porter, Carter, red rookie, DeJounte Murray, Fox, Tyson, Vassell again, Wemby again, Scoot Henderson, DeRozan, Claxton, Johnson, and Garland. I mean, I'll be honest. If they went on sale again, I'd still buy them. I'd still take another swing at it because I still think when I could put a majority of these teams at $5 and the most expensive team was the Lakers at 40. I still think it's worth going after like 11 to 15 boxes of these things and seeing what we can get because the checklist on this is so much smaller too. All right, box 11 of this. I've got that, and then we'll get into the Revolution. Empty box. I thought about. I'm kind of waiting to see what happens with Revolution, and if it goes up in value because of those kabooms, or if it comes down in value. Because if it comes down in value, I would actually like to buy some for the group to do with breaks with and go kaboom hunting with those. But the fact that retail has kaboom hunting capabilities, I'm interested in. I'm waiting to see if Panini comes out with any sort of like their own version, like we did with the Monopolies. All right, I've got the Spurs in this one, and then we'll go on to the Revolution. All right, here we go. Scotty Barnes, LaMelo, Jalen Johnson, John Furphy, Durant, Lillard, Green, McCain, Brown, Fox, Thompson, Bazulis, Jokic, Towns, another red wave, DeJounte Murray, Cody Williams, Wade, Carter, Reisher, Williamson, Ivy, Bam, LeBron, and Chet. So, in summary, we got 2 special parallels and 2 decent silvers. All right. Well, let's hope our luck is better with Revolution, and we get a kaboom out of one of these suckers, shall we? All right. So I've got the first box for the Spurs. Then it'll be Kenneth, Mr. Trokey, and then Ray. So you can hit numbered cards on this. Down to 15. We can get signature levels numbered to 25. Purple Astros are numbered to 15, so those are chances in here, as well as numbered 99 and 299. And then the Kaboom Horizontal. The Horizontal Kaboom is retail exclusive. So that is what we're hoping for. Because those Kabooms look nice. They went back to the artistic rendering of the Kaboom instead of like the real pictures. I did one box opening of this myself. Wasn't that bad. I think it's a little overpriced, but I thought it was still a decent looking product. Oh, this item is electronically protected. All right, here we go. Chet Holmgren, Klay Thompson on the Stars. Not numbered. Trae Young, Brandon Miller, Miles Turner, Larry Legend, Jarrett Allen. I think this is the Astro. Yeah, this is the Astro. Austin Rivas, Darius Garland, Aiden Bona for the 76ers rookie. It's an Astro again. It is. Oscar Thompson, Jamal Murray, Jacoby Walter for the Raptors New Wave Revolution. Mikal Bridges, Paulo Banchero, Jaren Jackson Jr., John Furphy, Joel Embiid, Vortex, Drew Holiday, Emmanuel Quickly, Bradley Beal, Stargazing Jokic, and Franz Wagner. Not much to write home about on that one. It only takes one kaboom, though. It only takes one kaboom. I would love to know what the kaboom hit rate is in blaster boxes. There's no numbered kabooms, so you know there has to be a lot more of them out there. All right. So Kenneth has the Spurs on this one. I tell you, I got a PSA order back. Man, that PSA order got hammered. Some of you probably had some cards in that order too. I know Miker did. Miker got the only 10. I got absolutely smoked on the order otherwise. I'm really thinking about changing over and going over to Beckett more, because I just feel like if they're going to keep crushing cards like that, then Beckett might be a better choice. Apparently SGA has really jumped up their times and prices. All right. Ken's got the Spurs here. Let's see what we get. Chris Paul wants one Spurs for him. Oscar Thompson on the Astro. Oscar Thompson again. Austin Rivas. Jalen Green. Jacoby Walter, rookie. Paulo Banchero on the Astro. Paulo Banchero again. Ivy. Barnes. Tracy McGrady on the Astro. Mikal Bridges. John Morant. Vortex. Kevin Durant. Franz Wagner, Drew Holiday, Scoot Henderson, Ryan Dunn, Hardwood Legacy Jokic, Brandon Ingram, Bam Adebayo, Suggs, Stargazing Alexander Sarr, nice, and Desmond Bain. All right. 2 boxes left. Come on, kaboom. We've been on a, I don't know if I call it a hot streak or like, we had a decent streak. Football obviously has been hitting really hard, which has been good. I don't know if we'd say it's a hot streak, but we've been on a mild streak, to say the least. Had a couple really good breaks, man. That Donruss Optic break where we had all those downtowns. Oh, Jaw, by the way, your cards are should go out in the mail tomorrow. I have them all packed up. I even took the downtown, the stargazing, and there's the Jaden Daniels orange disco, and I put those all in a separate pack in there, so they kept them kind of separated from the rest. All right, here we go. All right, so Mr. Trophy has the Spurs on this one. All right. All right, Mr. Trophy's got Spurs. Let's see where we go. Valanciunas, Fred VanVleet on the Astro, Tyler Hero, Kobe White, Miles Bridges, Kiltman, Jalen Williams, Ayton, Naz Reid, Michael Porter, Astro, Steve Nash, Butler, Paul George. What is that? Rob Dillingham, New Wave. Number to 99 for the T-Wolves. 19 and 99. It's a cool looking card. One for the T-Wolves. Sabonis, Halliburton, Holmgren, Shaq, Klingon, Keldon Johnson. That's a Spur right there. McCollum, Turner, Vortex, Jokic, and Sengun. Definitely a lot of cards here. That's for sure. All right, last box. Are we going to get last pack magic? Last box magic? Gosh, I hope so. And then we'll do our Series 2 hobby. All right, this last box is going to Ray. Empty box. And then I'll see where we are with the mini. If we get close enough, I may consider to just push the I believe button and we can just go, and then I'll just take a spot or whatever to myself. We got to get close enough to that point. All right. Last box for NBA. Let's see where we go. DiVincenzo, Draymond Green, Booker, Porzingis, Sharp, Cam Christie for the Clippers, Jokic, Astro, Edwards, LeBron, Kawhi, Missy, Astro, Van Vliet, Chris Paul, that's one for Ray, Bob Carrington for the Wizards, Luka Doncic, Jalen Williams, Jalen Green, Drsic, Stargazing Shy, Miller, Ivy, Barnes, Vortex, and Trae Young. Wah, 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 wah. Oh, well. Try. Oh, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to ask anybody to go put money into a break that they're not diehard into. Raise. This one's raise. Trust me, I understand. It's not, trust me. I still got a whole case of Series 2 left over here. Man, there's been some big hits already I've seen so far. I've seen an Ichiro auto. We had the Mike Trout auto. The Ken Griffey Jr. 101 coming out of Series 2. The Donruss first off the line is very interesting because it's got 4 cards that are numbered to 6 or less. So I'm hopeful that they are big, good cards in the box we do end up doing. All right, let's do the recap here real quick. Took all the recap cards away. All right, recap for basketball. We had Jared McCain for the 76ers base, Devin Carter, Red Wave for the Kings, Bronny base, McCain base, Shai Gilgeous Red Wave, Lucas Silver, Bronny base, a lot of Bronny Jr. base. And then our standards, we had a Rob Dillingham rookie New Wave numbered to 99. We had a Ron Holland silver, a Jared McCain silver, a Stargazing Alexander Sarr. We had a Zachary Reisher Red Wave. We had a Victor Wembanyama Red Wave. We actually had 2 of those. That one goes to Chad. And the 2 best cards probably were these. Well, actually the 99 one. But we had a Scotty Barnes on the Monopoly dice and a Jalen Williams numbered to 199. All right. Let me check on this mini. See if we got anywhere with it. We got 2 more spots taken. Oh, 3 more spots taken. All right. That's close enough for me. All right. I'm guaranteeing the mini tonight. And we're guaranteeing the baseball mixer. All right. We got 2 mini spots left. I'm gonna update those. Brad's got 7. 8 was Brian Tanner. 10 was Corey. All right. So. All right. So the mini is guaranteed. And the mixer is guaranteed. All right. We got a lot further to go on football, unfortunately, but hey, that's a lot closer. All right. So let me get a Series 1 hobby box. Series 2 hobby. I keep saying Series 1. It's Series 2. Oh. Howling my way to get one. Jeez. All right. While I do some tags, somebody pick a number between 1 through 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So top to bottom, 1 through 4. I got 5 peeps. All right. Someone give me a number 1 through 4, and that's the number. That's the box we're gonna break. All right. Lisa picked it for y'all. Lisa picked 3. There it is. So y'all can blame Lisa if it's a terrible box. Oh, Brian picked 3 too, so there you go. That worked out. And Anthony picked 3. 3 it is. 3 is the number. 3 is the magic number there. All right, let me update this. All right, I'm going to get the tags in for this. There's tags. All right. I acknowledge you, Brian. I acknowledge you. I acknowledged your 3 there too. All right. So for this break, we've got Corey's got the Pirates, the Reds, the Rangers. AJ's got the Royals, the Twins, the Rockies. Phil's got the Yankees, the Brewers, the Angels. Nathan's got the Red Sox, O's, Guardians. Ryan's got the Mets, Cardinals, White Sox. Chris has the Cubs, Blue Jays, Mariners. Brian's got the Braves, Rays, Phillies. Ray's got the Nats, the Padres, and the Diamondbacks. AJ's got the Astros, Giants, Marlins, and Ryan's got the Tigers, A's, and Dodgers. Let's get to it. Daniel bullied you to take a spot? So mean of him. How would he do such a thing to you? Hey, I got 5 people in here. Anybody want to do a duck race for break credit? Mojo. If anybody wants to do a duck race for break credit, give me a hell yeah. Do it the same way we did it the other night. Anthony says yeah. When I see low quantities of my viewers, I go, all right, let's do something here. We got to spice it up a bit here. I'm surprised I'm even awake, just so y'all know. All right, well, let's do some break credit. We're going to do it the same way we did it the other night. We're going to go 4 rounds. Ricky goes, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Ricky's the only one that listened. He's the only one that said hell yeah. All right. Corey says hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. There we go. All right. So I've got Anthony in. I got AC in. AC3 is in. I got Brian Tanner in. I've got Ricky. And we've got Corey. And AJ. All right. We got 5. All right. Here's how we're going to do it. Just like we did the other night. We're going to end this with a duck race, but we're going to start it off with, and Lisa's into. So here's how you're going to do this. You are going to give me a team, whatever team tends to fall in these 4 packs. So you're going to give me a team for each round. This is round 1, round 2, round 3, and round 4. You're going to give me a team. If your team is seen, that card for that team is seen in here, you get 1 duck. The culmination of all your ducks you get and through all 4 rounds will determine the race. And we're going to have bonus round number 5 here. If your team hits in this one, you will get 2 ducks because there's only 4 cards. So we'll save the mojo for the end. So what I need from AC, Brian, Ricky, Corey, AJ, Lisa, I need you to each give me a team, any Major League Baseball team. It does not matter. Just give me 1 team. Lisa says Red Sox. Anthony says Twins. I'm going to start opening these packs, but I'm not going to show any of the teams, obviously. Brian says Braves. AJ says Yankees. And I will ask for you. Let's see, AJ said Yankees. Ricky said, I haven't gotten Ricky yet. Brian says Braves. So I need Corey and Ricky. Corey says Dodgers. And Ricky says Dodgers. All right. The way the other subsequent rounds work, if you don't, I will ask you once I finish this stack to give me a new team. If you do not give me a new team by the time I'm ready to start round 2, you just retain the team you had in the previous round. You don't get bumped out because you didn't say a team. So now I can actually unstack these. So I will announce every time that somebody gets a duck. how I make these Series 2 hobby boxes is just a little bit more interesting. And then you get to hear my Kentucky Derby voice. I got my door shut tonight, so it makes it easier. Last time Chad won the duck race. And then maybe we'll do it again in the next break, depending on how many people stay online. All right, here we go. Good luck, everybody. Good luck in your ducks. Good luck in your cards. Michael Hellman for the Cardinals. Dominic Fletcher, White Sox. Carlos Rondon for the Yankees. AJ gets a duck. Tobias Myers for the Brewers. Frankie Montas for the Mets. Juan Yepez, Nats. Pittsburgh Pirates. Jonathan Cannon, White Sox. Dustin Harris, Rangers. Michael Harris, Braves. There's one for Brian Tanner. Kyle Stowers for the Marlins. Josh Lowe for the Rays. Delinston for the Blue Jays. Austin Wells for the Yankees. Another one for AJ. Chaz McCormick for the Astros. Luke Raleigh for the Mariners. Victor Robles for the Mariners. Billy Cook for the Pirates. Ryan Lopez for the Braves. 2 for Brian. Josh Bell for the Nationals. There's a Dodger. Kiki Hernandez. 1 each for Ricky and Corey. Jose, not saying that last name because it's going to set my phone off. That guy for the Mets. Juan Soto for the Mets. Jack Flaherty for the Tigers. Sean Burke for the White Sox. Zach Gallen, Diamondbacks. Melendez, Royals. Gorman for the Cardinals. Singleton for the Astros. Valdez for the Astros. Miller for the Mariners. Deshaun Kersey for the Twins. Aces on the board. Brewers is going to be our numbered card. It's a Jackson Chourio player worn memorabilia, 4 of 50. Four of 50. Jackson Chourio, player worn, not dirty jersey. I feel like I'm playing more for the duck races than I'm playing for the cards here. Rodriguez, Diamondbacks, Max Fried, another one for the Yankees. It's 3. Nick Fortes for the Marlins, Bo Bichette, Blue Jays, Royals, Kirby Yates for the Dodgers. There's another one. Brandon Ursit for the Blue Jays. Walker, Astros, Martinez, Reds, DJ LeMahieu for the Yankees. There's another one for AJ. Leo Jimenez. Ooh, 4 of 10. Ooh, spicy. Who the heck is this going to be? 4 of 10. It's an Angel. Ben Joyce. 4 of 10 for the Angels. Very nice. It's not a super impressive looking card, but it is a black foil refractor. I think that's black. For the Angels. Very nice. That one's going out to Mr. Trokey. Congrats to you, sir. 4 of 10. Let's get some more numbered cards. Come on. Mariners, Cam Raleigh. Or Cal Raleigh, sorry. Kyle McCain for the A's. Juan Yepez, Marlins. Marcus Semien, Rangers. Michael Kopech, Dodgers. Another one each for Ricky and Corey. Johnny DeLuca, Rays. Pennington, Rangers. Miller, A's. McKenzie, Guardians. Bednar for the Pirates. Porter Hodge for the Cubs. Yamamoto for the Dodgers is another one each. And Michael Mercado for the Phillies. I have no clue. All right. That is the end of round 1. At the end of round 1, AC's got 1 duck. Brian's got 2 ducks. Ricky, Corey, and AJ all have 4 ducks. And Lisa is dragging the rear with no ducks. So go ahead and give me your next team for round 2, or if you want to stick with the same team you have. Again, if I do not see an answer, I will assume that you do not have, you are not changing your team. So I change your team. Go ahead and give me a new team for the next round. Lisa's going Pirates. Brian is sticking with the same. AJ sticking with the same. Anthony switching to the Cubs. Just looking for confirmation from Corey sticking with it, and Ricky's going White Sox. Ricky changing it up. Corey sticking with the same. All right. You all got it. The Sox? You're trying to tell me they're the Sox? Go ahead and stack these then. All right. Here we go. Quan for the Guardians, JT Remuto, Bryson Tessa for the Angels, Rogers for the Astros, Luke Weaver for the Yankees. AJ has got a 5-pack. Jackson Jobe for the Tigers, Hedges for the Guardians, Boz for the Rays, Driscoll for the Rays, Ozzie Albies, one for Brian. Xander Bogaerts for the Padres, Royals, Michael Massey, Vasquez, Padres, Zaluda, Reds, McKinstry, Tigers, Jordan Hicks, Giants, Castellanos, Phillies, Campero, Angels, Smith, Diamondbacks. Lisa's finally on the board with a Joey Bart. Jonna Bride for the Marlins, Spencer Horowitz. Lisa's got 2 now. Grayson Rodriguez on the hollow foil. Paul Goldschmidt for the Yankees. Again, AJ's pulling the lead with 6 here. Luis Peralta for the Rockies. Christian Javier for the Astros. Blake Snell for the Dodgers. Corey has got a 5-pack. Jack Neely and Matthew Boyd for the Cubs. So there's 2 for AC. Trey Turner, Grant Holman for the A's, Rockies, Urias for the O's, Twins, Duran. Not in play anymore. Mariners, Ken Griffey Jr., Julio Rodriguez, Sagassi for the Cardinals. Collins for the Brewers, McLean for the Reds, Torres for the Tigers, Rocker, Rangers, Bello, Red Sox, Bader, Twins, Jared Jones. Lisa gets another one. Dodgers, 2 in blue. Another for Corey. Corey's tied with AJ with 6. Kirk for the Blue Jays. Let's see. There's a Philly. Texas Taters. There's a Philly, a Dodger, an O, a Guardian, a Ranger, a Brave, a Royal, and I'm not sure who that guy is. A Twin? A Met. That's the Mets. So 1 for the Braves and 1 for the Dodgers. 1 for the Braves, 1 for the Dodgers. And then the Cubs take 2, Canero and Amanga. There are 2 left, AJ, so you can go ahead and take one. Give me number 1 or number 2. It's just this is just a single. You're in the next break, Greg. There we go. 2 for the Cubbies. AJ takes 2 there. So AJ, tell me spot 1 or spot 2 if you want for the mini. That's all I got left. Mateo for the O's. Willie Adams for the Giants. Sorry. Nola for the Phillies. Blue Jays. Red Sox. Crockett. Soto Mets. Acuna Mets. Trent Grisham for the Yankees. AJ Shawver for the Braves. Brian has a 5-pack now. Austin Wells for the Yankees on the 2025 throwback. Machado and Astros. Round that out. So another one for the Yankees. All right, go ahead and give me your next team if you want to change it. Yeah, we're gonna do a duck race for some break credit after this here. All right, so I'm gonna put AJ in the mini. I'll make sure I don't have something I'm overlooking on that. So, and the mini's closed. Ricky, you went and actually grabbed spot 1, so that's it. The mini is closed and full. All right. We are full. All right. Awesome. Thank you all. All right. Move these. Just leave this Acuna. All right. 25. You are correct. All right. New teams up. Lisa's going Cubs. AJ sticking with the Yankees again. Doubling down. Corey's going Astros. Ricky is going Reds because the White Sox were a total bust for him. Brian is going Rangers. And AC is going Astros. 2 Astros. All right. And AJ said was tripling down on Yankees. All right. Good deal. So we will get that run here, that mini run here shortly, and then we'll have the Jumbo Hobby and Donruss first off the line. I'm really pissed that Panini did not put the first off the line stickers on the Donruss boxes. It really annoys me. I'm going to let you all pick which Donruss box we open. All right, here we go. Austin Martin for the Twins. Nathan Lukes, Blue Jays. Cubs going to Lisa. 3 and no. Sean Murphy, Braves. Juan Soto, Mets. Acuna, Mets. Dodgers, Kirby. Esseret, Blue Jays. Aaron Savali, Brewers. Alex Call, Nats. Athletics, Felix Batista, O's. JD Martinez, Mets. Andy Pages, Dodgers. Jaron Duran on the Red Sox. Jared Jones, Pirates. 2 in blue, Dodgers. Garrett Crockett, Red Sox. Ohtani, Dodgers. Nationals. Braves, Whit Merrifield. Keith Cole, the 74, going to the Tigers. I need to get some more top loaders here because I ran out. All right. All right. Keeping it rolling. We've got the Cubs. Another one for Lisa. Giants. Andy Baez on the Tigers. Robbie Ray, Giants. Ty Madden, Tigers. Weston Wilson. Right? Trust me, there's a lot of Dodgers same way. Trey Turner, Phillies. Grant Holman, A's. Brian Bello, Red Sox. Harrison Bader, Twins. Jaden Hill, Rockies. Adley Rutschman, O's. Willis Contreras, Brewers. Jacob Young, Nats. Richard Fitz, Red Sox. Ryan Fellner, Rockies. Raz, Padres. Walters, Guardians. Bart, Pirates. Jack Neal, Cubs. And Matthew Boyd, Cubs. 2 for Lisa. I think Lisa's the only one that's actually gotten any of the ducks in this one. Sonia Goodman for the Rockies. Suarez for the Padres. Marlin, Sonia, throwback. Sanchez for the O's. Francis for the Blue Jays. Guardians, Nevin, A's. Kelly, Dodgers. Hedges, Guardians. Castellanos, Phillies. Campanaro, Angels. Smith, Diamondbacks. Finally for the Reds, for Ricky, Aguirre. Perez, Tigers. Fitzgerald, Giants. And Duvall, Braves. Ooh, that was an interesting one. All right. Go ahead and give me your give me your 4th round picks for teams. That was a rough one for a lot of people. That was very heavy. Blue Jays, Padres, Dodgers, Braves. So go ahead and give me that next pick of yours. Lisa's going O's. Brian's doubling down on Rangers. Corey is going back to the Dodgers. Saying he never should have left Old Faithful. AJ sticking for the 4-pack on Yankees. Ricky's going back to the Dodgers. Anthony's going Dodgers. And Ricky is the only one we're missing. Oh, yeah. Just need and Ricky's going Reds. All right. doubling down on the Reds. All right. Hey, Brian, I see one Ranger card at least. All right. And then we'll do the Mojo pack here at the end for 2. As far as nobody picked Blue Jays. He think he was always on YouTube. Oh yeah, no, he did switch to YouTube. Shane Bieber, Guardians. Urseg on the Royals. Belzo on the Marlins. Nestor Cortez, Brewers. Kevin Alcantara for the Cubs. Fry for the Guardians. Dodgers. Landon Knack. That one's going to AC and Corey. Joey Loperfido for the Blue Jays. Brewers. Grayson Rodriguez for the O's. Lisa takes one. Gunnar Henderson for the O's. Another one. Roki Sasaki for the Dodgers. Finally making an appearance. AC and Ricky. Sasaki finally making an appearance. Alex Cobb, Tigers. Rojas, Phillies. JT Gent, A's. Foley, Tigers. Montero, Tigers. Nolan Jones, Rockies. Reynolds, Pirates. Arade, White Sox. Sidney Woods Richardson, Twins. McCallahan, Rays. Milwaukee Brewers on the rainbow foil. Andujar, A's. Tatis, Padres. Josevine, Rockies. Torkelson, Tigers. Ramos, Giants. Joyce, Angels. Isbell, Royals. Donovan on the Cardinals. Dodgers, Nice Bro. So that's 1 for Ricky. Sorry, not Ricky. 1 for AC. And 1 for Corey. Kenley Jansen, Rocky Marcio for the Mets. Throwback, Mickey Mantle for the Yankees. AJ got one. Gavin Lux for the Reds. Ricky got one for that. Griffin Connie for the Marlins. Corbin Birds, Diamondbacks. Bowers, Brewers. Parker, Nats. Taylor, Mariners. Alec Thomas, Diamondbacks. Austin Barnes for the Dodgers. Another one for AC and Corey. Arando, Rays. Parker Meadows, Tigers. Fraley, Reds. Another one for Ricky. Hunter Brown for the Astros. Walls for the Rays. There's the Rangers card for Brian. Bideau, A's. Cubs, Braun. Sagano for the O's, going to Lisa. Sosa, White Sox. Weaver, Yankees. AJ's got 10 now. Job, Tigers. Grasafo, Cardinals. McMahon, Rockies. Falafa, Pirates. Red Sox, Duran. And Blue Jays, Barrio. All right. Last chance. Give me your teams. One last swing. If you get the team, you get 2 ducks. 2 ducks are on the line. We're doing the Mojo pack. Last try for the Ducks. Brian's going Brewers. AJ sticking with the Yankees. Lisa's going Phillies. Dodgers for Corey. Dodgers Corey. So AJ was Yankees. All right, here we go. Am I missing anybody here? I got Lisa, I got AJ. Corey for Dodgers. Ricky, Brian. Oh, Ricky. I haven't confirmed Ricky yet. Kind of. This was a duck race. Yeah, Ricky didn't give me a team yet. Ricky, what do you want for a team for the last, for the Mojo pack? Might have lost Ricky here. He was with the Reds in the last one, so. Reds still. Ricky with Reds. All right, here we go. Your Mojo. Whatevs. Kettle Marte, Diamondbacks, Braves, Hank Aaron, Blue Jays, Will Wagner, and Arenado for the Cardinals. Nobody gets a duck in that one. All right. That is the Series 1 Hobby Box break. Let's do a recap real quick of that. One Roki Sasaki for the Dodgers base. Colt Keith for number to 74 for the Tigers. Austin Wells, number to 2025. Jackson Churio, 4 of 50 on the player-worn relic card. And nice Ben Joyce, though, number to 10. 4 of 10. All right, let's do a duck race. So, according to the master list, AC is going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 ducks. AC3's got 9 ducks. Brian Tanner has 5, 6 ducks. Ricky has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ducks. Corey's got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 ducks for Corey. AJ's got 10 ducks. And Lisa has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lisa's taking 10 ducks. So fairly even match. 9, 6, 8, 10, 10. All right. Let's get the duck race up and running. All right, I'm going to put the names in. So AC3, AC3, 3. And Brian Tanner. Brian's got 6. We got Ricky W. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Wait, he only has 8. All right, Ricky has 8. I got Corey has 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got AJ. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for AJ and Lisa. All right. Not waking child. All right, and I got Lisa in. So I'm going to go ahead and switch this. All right, let's make it nice and big. All right. Here we go. We are going 1 minute on the duck race. I'm going to set it. And we're going to shuffle the characters. All right, everyone's been shuffled. And we are ready to race. Here we go. Good luck, everybody, on your duck race for $5 break credit. And 3, 2, 1, and go. And we're off out of the pace, out of the gates right now. Right now, Ricky's taking the lead with AJ, and Ricky 2 coming up the middle. It's a close race. AJ, number 41, is taking the lead. Lisa in the stripes tries to make a move, but fades back. Corey, in number 31, squeaks out just ahead. AJ in the number 37 starts to come out. Ricky's holding the pace with the heart number 17. AZ3 coming up number 2, but stalls halfway through the run. Ricky's falling back in number 17, but Ricky with the hat number 22 holds the lead. Lisa, number 46, in the college graduate hat slips to the back. Panda Duck number 5 is in the lead. AC3 with AJ 37 holding pace close behind. AJ takes the lead. We're coming down the stretch. It's 6 seconds left. Oh, there's a bunch of last minute runners coming here. AC's coming up the middle, number 9, and your winner, Anthony Carlucci III, in number 9. You have won yourself $5 break credit. Congrats. All right. And there is your duck race for this evening. All right, I'll swap this back over. All right. And we're going to squeeze this back in. That was fun. Something a little different. All right. I am going to run the... Get rid of the ducks now. All right. I'm going to run the random for the mini. I believe everybody has gotten in. All right. Just triple checking the last couple of payments on this one. Damn. Brian Tanner, Brad. Yep. Yep. Damn. All right, cool. We are good. All the payments are in. All right, we're running the random for this. New giveaway. I will share this actually for you all, so you can see me run the random as well. Replace, screen share. There you go. You all can watch this too. Make it a little bigger for y'all. All right, here is the random I'm going to be running for Can't Lose Mini. All right, here we go. Here's your 10 names, 3 6-sided dice. Good luck, everybody. 661. Phil Trokey on top, Becky second, Brad third, Ricky fourth, Brian fifth, Corey 6th, AJ 7th, Dan 8th, Ricky 9th, and Brad 10th. And I will show you how that all works out in just a moment. So Mr. Trokey is going to get the Patriots in the All right, so here is the results. I'll put that in the stream of the mini. Shipped up for PEDs. I did. They were all tested before the race. All right, so there is the where everybody falls on that one. So what does that mean? That means that, oops, I forgot Brad had the Bucks there too. So clip that in the bottom there. All right, screen share. So that's how that breaks down. So I'm going to update the breaks to that. So there are your current standings, essentially. All right. So Becky gets the Brewers. All right. And Guardians go to Dan. O's go to Corey. Pirates go to AJ. Mariners go to Brian Tanner. Giants go to Ricky. All right. And that's everybody for Tigers. Tigers go to Brad. And so do the Twins. All right. Let me just make one other quick check. All right. Got that one. Just making sure we're good to go with all everyone's payments. Dan's. PayPal. Todd. There. Trokies. Wrote him. Donahue. Yep, he's good. Sorry, I'm just doing a quick check on some couple payments on this one. So apologize for me being quiet. Hey, Chad, did you pay for the Reds? I think the answer is yes, but just it's just because these were older payments, that's why. I think you did. I was just confirming. Okay, cool. That's what I thought. All right. So that one's good. I need some Jordan. No. All right. And Nathan. My desk just popped. That's interesting. And there's Nathan. Okay. All right. So I'm going to run this random now. So top two are going to get the Dodgers for Series 2 and then Donruss. And on top of this, whoever gets spot 16 in the random is going to get a spot in the flawless break. So. All right. So I'm going to change the view so you guys can see this again. So we're going to go back to random.org. All right, new giveaway. Let's see, Jumbo Series 2 and Donruss FOTL. All right. So Dodgers go to spot 1 and 2. Spot 16 gets a flawless spot. All right, 2, 3, 3. Here we go. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Todd and Greg get the Dodgers, and spot 16 goes to Anthony Carlucci. So, Anthony, you get to go pick a spot in Flawless, and Todd and Greg are going to get the Dodgers. So, Todd's going to get the Dodgers in Series 2 Jumbo. Greg's going to get it in Donruss first off the line. All right. Change this over. All right, there are your teams. Now, I'm going to let you guys pick the Donruss box. There's 8 of them. I've already picked out the Series 2 box. There's the Series 2. All right. Eight boxes. There they are. 8 boxes. Half a case worth of first off the line right there. And there's one right at the top here. So we'll go like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here's what I want you to do. 4 of these are going to the card shop. 4 of these are being used for breaks. I need 4 numbers between 1 and 8. The first 4 numbers are going to be the ones we keep for breaks. All right. So Chad says 7. Brian said 6. So that's those 2. I need 2 more numbers. This is 5, and that's 8. All right. We're still at 7, so we still got the 7 one. 2. I mean, 1 more number. 4. All right. So these 4 are going to go to the card shop for sale, and the other 4 we're keeping for breaks until they don't sell at the card shop, and then we. So now we're going to go with number 7. Okay, well, actually, guys, here's the 4. Majority rules. I got to use the nature call room. So now new numbers starting after Corey's 2 that I see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one are we breaking tonight? Majority rules. Whatever number I see the most in common is the one we do. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll be right back. All right, we are ready. All right, let's see what majority rule says here. Okay. 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 4. Majority didn't roll on that one. All right, so we have 1 vote for 3, 1 vote for 1, 1 vote for 2, 1 vote for 3, 1 vote for 2, and 1 vote for 4. So I'm going to vote, and we're going to go 3. All right. That was the tiebreaker on that one. All right. Here's our Donruss. Now, I know, like I said, they don't say the sticker on them, but all right. I did pick this up for breaks this week. So we do have some Contenders Optic. My Contenders boxes haven't shown up yet. All right. Let me get the tags in for this one. I realize I didn't tag anybody yet. let's get these baseball mixer in. Tanner. Todd. Greg. Corey. Mr. Petrocchi. Mike Kilmer. Becky. Dan. Ray. AJ. All right. All the tags are in. All right. What do you say we hit a monster tonight? These jumbos really have done really well. I've really popped some big cards coming out of them. So let's hope that trend continues for us. This is still out of that first case, too. All right. Here's the Mojos. We'll rip those first. Appreciate everyone hanging in tonight. I know it's running late. I appreciate it hanging in after a very long day at King's. It wasn't even that. We weren't even at King's Dominion that long. We lost a bunch of time when we had to do all the figuring out with the ticket stuff. But all right, here we go. So this is going to be Todd is going to have the Dodgers in this puck, and then Greg will have the Dodgers in Donruss. Here we go. Bart, Nelly, Boyd, Turner, Holman, Bello, Bader, Jones, one Dodger, Marsh, Palante, Lockridge, Kelly, Waters, Boz, Russ Driscoll, Albies, Bride, Horowitz, Kerstad, Buxton, Tigers, Strider, Woodruff, Tenya. There's our first relic, Brooks Lee, player worn memorabilia. Some 108 points here. Oh. The trash is overflowing us. Brooks Lee kicking it off first for the Twinkies. Speckles for the Duke Ellis for the Yankees, rookie. Zach Neto, Jackson Merrill, Summertime Superstars, Remuto, Tesoti, Rogers, Vasquez, Zaluda, McKinstry, Hicks, Peralta, and Javier. See, but the player worn stuff is such a false advertisement because the reality is it's just the dude put it on, but he didn't actually play in it. It just doesn't seem like it's that hard. We've made things harder than they need to be, I think, for the game worn stuff, but corporatized everything too much. Corporatized, maybe. All right, here we go. Barnes, Arata, Sagano, Sosa, Weaver, Job, Hedges, Castellanos, Campero, Smith, Winker, Mazzarato, Bryant, Gonzalez, Eder, Carpenter, Conforto, Henriquez, Moniak, Rosario, Sheeman, Baez, Schmidt, Kasparas, Crawford, Iglesias, Geloff, O'Neill, Reed Detmers, Holofoil, Frank Thomas throwback, Otani Sasaki duel. Nice duel. Man, could you imagine getting a 1-on-1 of this? The Otani Sasaki duel? That would be a big hit. I mean, they should have dirt on it. I mean, God, for God's sakes, I mean, if they want to lie to us, throw some dirt on it. Ooh, that's expensive. Polanco, Johnson, Assad, Cabrera, Marte, Diaz, Sosa, Birdsong, and Kwan. All right. That's the only problem with these big shows. They bring these guys in, but my God, their autos are just insanely expensive. He just looks like a tall dude, too. DeLuca, Pennington, Miller, Singleton, Robles, Cook, Lopez, Montas, Yepez, Pirates, Luzardo, Romano, Diamondbacks, Detmers, Renfro, Contreras, McDonald, Brewers, Arighty, Massey, Goldschmidt, Sagasi, Amanga, Myers, Raleigh, Mercado, Rodriguez, Flaherty, JP Sears for the A's. Apparently Jacob Wilson right now is the leading contender for a Rookie of the Year. Sandy Koufax, Mark Long, Chase Field. Help me. Who knows who Mark Long is? Can't say I know who Mark Long is. Oh, that stinks. Abanez, Ray, Madden, Wilson, Martinez, Pages, Duran, Martin, Lukes. All right. Alcantara, Fry, Knack, Montero, Jones, Reynolds, Arade, Joyce, Isbell, Donovan, Hernandez, Siri, Harris. I knew it was going to do that. I tripped my phone up for it. Jose always gets me. Harris, Stowers, Porfrito, Brewers, Rodriguez, Woods Richardson, Amaya, Senga, Abreu, Fairchild, Verdugo, Dana, Friedel, Kikuchi, Aladgiri, Jordan Romano, Holofoil, Paul Skeens on the All-Star throwback. Another Otani, but this is an Otani Betts. Melendez, Gorman, Rolfstein, Wells, McCormick, Raleigh, Hellman, Fletcher, and Rondon. Man, I tell you, opening Donruss always just gives me throwbacks to that night when I opened 16 boxes of Donruss baseball. Holy cow, what a break that was. That was a long rip. I was so tired. I think I was 3 a.m. By the time I finally finished open, I'm just like, good night. I don't care anymore. Good night. I'm so tired. I was like, just, it was the amount of packs I was opening that killed me. Taylor, Thomas, Barnes, Aranda, Seguno, Sosa, Weaver, Job, Hedges, McCallahan, Dodgers, Jansen, Marcio, Meadows, Fraley, Brown, Grisafeo, McMahon, Falefa, Lively, Sawinski, Holmes, Freeland, Musgrove, Gillespie, Suzuki, Severino, Gavin Williams, Spencer Arighty on the Speckles, Archangel Acuna on the throwback. God, 16 boxes of Donruss. I did not get any regular Donruss this year. We got shortchanged on what we were able to get. And I felt having 4 first off the lines would be much more valuable for us anyways. Snell, Myers, Bieber, Urseg, Bellows, Cobb, Rojas, Ginn, Foley, Tatis Jr. Hopefully I'm right. But I figured it was a better go doing getting the first off the line since they had a lot more low numbered stuff in it this year. Plus you get a bonus auto out of it. At least it's what I was reading. Cannon, Cortez, Alcantara, Fry, Knack, Montero, Jones, Reynolds, Kirby, Ellis, Story, Julian, Lawler, Padres, Hilliard, Profar, Chiavelli. No, I know, but who's that guy? Dean Kramer, Lowe, Sasaki, Andujar, Lux, Walls, Barroa, Duvall, Sanchez, Young, Taylor Walls, throwback 2024, or throwback, but number to 2025. Trevor McDonald on the Speckles. Tavar, the throwback. Nito, Angels. Cubs, Murphy, Weathers, Garrett. Twins, Estes, Cabrera, Rodriguez. White Sox. All right. 4 packs left of Series 2 Jumbo. We still have a relic. We still have an auto to get. So let's see what happens here. Castellanos, Campero, Smith, Bart, Nelly, Boyd, Turner, Holman, Bello, Bader, Aguilar, Perez, Fitzgerald, Sonia, Goodman, Suarez, Whitlock, Alonso, Caminero, Metz, Giuliotto, Wallner, Dominguez, future stars, who's I think 5th in Rookie of the Year right now. Royals, Kobe Mayo is our other material. 2 of 74, Gary Sanchez. I'm sorry. I know Gary Sanchez was playing for the O's. Huh. Man, look at the teams he's been on since he left the Yankees. Twins, Mets, Padres, Brewers. The dude hasn't held down a team yet. God, he was touted as such a major star for the Yankees, like he was going to be the next Jorge Posada. And his lack of running and effort was just an atrocity. Turned into such a train wreck of a player. I have some jerseys I actually need to post to the group because there's the Kobe Mayo. That is not numbered, I believe. No, not numbered. And then Jesus Luzardo. Holofoil. Pete Alonso. Contreras. Halvorsen. Torkelson. Ramos. Connie. Corbin Burns. Bowers. Parker. Rangers. Bitto. 3 left. 1 auto still remains. All right. There we go. Crockett, Soto, Acuna, Yates, Ursett, Walker, Kopech, DeLuca, Pennington, Miller, Urias, Rockies, Duran, Kirk, Texas Taters, Canero, Grissom, Sawyer, Martinez, Mets, Alexander, Betts, Diaz, Kim, Gruchik, Perez, Walker, 220 to 250, Zach Gallen for the Diamondbacks with a Diamondbacks hollow card behind it. So that's going to the Diamondbacks. Man, I was supposed to do the Mojos first, and I left them sit up there. Man, off my game tonight. Diamondbacks hollow, Corbin Carroll. OPS, Bryce Harper, Snell, Collins, McLean, Torres, Rocker, Mateo, Adams, Nola, and Blue Jays. Seeing a lot of dinged corners on these cards, to be honest. All right. Singleton, Robles, Cook, Lopez, Montaz, Yepez, Pirates, Cannon, Cortez, LeMahieu, Jimenez, McKenzie, Bedard, Hodge, Valdez, Miller, Kersey, Bell, Montgomery, Stram, Tucker, Rojas, Burrows, Santander, Mitchell, Muncy. It's going to be our auto. It is our auto. It's going to be 4. Angel Martinez auto for the Guardians. Not numbered. I think Rhett Lauder has stuff in Donruss here. George Kirby, Speckles, Araz, Carrera, Fried. Like, look at the corners on these things. Every one of those corners is whacked. Look at the corners. I noticed that in one of the other packs, too. Fried, Fortes, Bichette, Royals, McCain, Perez, Semien, Burke, and Gallen. And I think a lot has to do with how they transport these cards. They just put them in the boxes, and then they throw the box inside the box. There's no padding around any of these cases ever. Jeez, I'm a crow. What the hell is that? Gosh darn. Tops. I think we could do a little bit better with these cards. Good God. Well, if there's a 101 in here, I'm sending it back to Tops and tell them to fix it. Jones, Dodgers, Crockett, Soto, Acuna, Yates, Urset, Walker, Kopech, Hill, Rushman, Brewers, Ohtani, Nats, Braves, Savali, Call, A's, Sears, Bradish, Montecero, Smith, Cardinals, A's, Dodgers, Duran, Baker, Soriano, Jackson Churio on the hollow foil, or sorry, the speckles. Hernandez, there's an Ellie. Chad, you got lucky. It didn't have a smashed corner to it. There's a Summertime Superstars Ellie. Lucked out on that one, Chad. Braun, Francis, Guardians, Nevin, Kelly, Fitz, Feltner, Araz, and Walters. Well, there you go. All right, Mojo pack time. Johanski Noel. Ooh, there's a nice one for you, Chad. Ellie De La Cruz, All-Star League, Mojo, All-Star National League. Nice one right there. Really nice. Strider and anything numbered? No. Cal Ripken Jr. for the O's. Well, there you go. You got two now. All right. Second Mojo pack, and then we'll go on to Donruss. Jackson Holiday, Jared Duran, Kettle Marte, and Fernando Tatis Jr. for the Padres, 183 of 199. All right. Let's do some Donruss. So the list on the back of what you can hit is pretty large. So this is a first off the line, so we will have first off the line exclusives. They always say number to 6 or less. I can't remember if it says 6 or less or it's number to 6, but either way. So here's everything you can hit in here. Night Moves, I think, would be a good one. They also had these retro material 1985 buybacks they said look for. 85 buyback autographs. And Stained Glass is another one. And apparently stained glasses do come in. They can come in as low as 101. So that's everything that's in this box. All right, let's get at it. Yeah, horrors of this box for me. Ripping this stuff. Empty box. I'm going to do these pack by pack because we haven't seen these yet for the first time, so I don't know really what they're looking. Uh-oh. I have a what's wrong? Sorry, got worried there. I thought something was going on with the stream. All right, I'm going to do these pack by pack because I have not gone through these yet to really know. So let's see what happens. Remember, these are predominantly going to be prospects, legends, and a couple active players. So we got Tim Hudson, David Ortiz. Oh, geez, are we going to do this? Yep, sure are. Willie Stargall. That is Darren Baker for the Nationals. Billy Martin for the A's. A nice Diamond Marbles. That's a Charlie Condon. Is that numbered? It is not numbered, but there's Charlie Condon for the Diamond Marbles with Owen Hall and Kalen Culpepper. All right. I am not happy that the cards are flopped to flip-flop the way they are. Not happy one bit. Which means I have to do this. 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 All right, there we go. Bobby Witt Jr. Dwight Gooden, Jake Arrieta, Jace Jung for the Detroit, Tim Hudson on a silver foil, Jim Palmer for the O's, not numbered, Noble Meyer and Ethan Salas. Probably do a couple packs. So we should have 3 numbered cards to 6, and 1 auto to 6, in addition to the other 3 autos we're supposed to be getting. All right. Let's do 3. All right, here we go. Edgar Martinez, Cliff Lee, Chipper Jones, Jim Rice, Greg Maddux on the optic, Roman Anthony Elite Series. Man, I remember this Elite Series design because I had a Matt Williams of this Elite Series design. I still have it too. Caleb Lamontive for Washington. Colson Montgomery. Jim Catt. Pee Wee Reese. Luis Angel Acuna for the Mets. Mike Mussina on the Donruss. Cool looking card. Enrique Bradfield Jr. on the Optic. First auto, Steve Garvey for the Padres. Is that a buyback? That is a buyback. That is an original 1985 Donruss baseball card of Steve Garvey for the Padres. The printing is right there. That's pretty cool. For the Padres, Steve Garvey on the 1985 buyback. Greg Wisser, who has the Dodgers in the Donruss break, portion of the break. That's pretty cool. It's a nice auto, too. Steve Garvey has a nice auto to him. All right, we're going to pull some of these guys down. All right, we got Ryan Waldschmidt. Ryan Sloan. Ian Kinsler. Kinsler. Austin Wells. Evan Carter. Mike Mussina on the black laser. That is to 39. Nice. Mike Mussina, black laser to 39. Then we have a clearly Donruss. Come on. Bryce Eldridge on the clearly Donruss. That is not numbered. Unleashed Hagen Smith for the Chicago White Sox. That is the Panther from Anchorman. Bryce Rayner and Blake Burke. Garvey's pretty cool being a throwback auto. All right, let's do a couple. There's a couple of good names in this. Paul Skeens does have autos in this as well. I did check. Jim Leland, Carlos Beltran, Pedro Martinez, Kyle Teal on the blue. Ooh, 4 of 8. That's probably one of our first off the line exclusive. Maybe it was 8. I was thinking of 4 of 8. Kyle Teal on the Optic blue speckles for the White Sox. That one's going out to Anthony Carlucci. Numbered 8. Nice. All right. We got Mike Mussina on the Optic. Paul Skeens, Diamond Marvels. Nice. That is not numbered, but nice looking Diamond Marvels card there. Man, that would be a hell of a 101 right there. Get a gold vinyl of that. Woo. Chase Burns auto. He's asking for. Aiden Miller. Travis Bazzana, Jacob Wilson, Kumar Rocker, Ryan Braun, Mike Mussina, Cal Ripken. That is 6 of 99. Nice. Okay. Well, see what happens. Good product to try to get them. Jarlin Susan for the Nationals, rated prospect silver. Arun Namala and Sporat. All right, so we should still have plenty of autos left. I don't think we have relic guarantees, just autos. Oh, sorry. It's find 3 autographs or memorabilia cards. Oh, whoops. All right. Well, we'll see what happens. Ivan Rodriguez. Prince Fielder. Ozzie Smith. Looks like we got a gold in the back here. Nolan Ryan. Nolan Schultz. Hollow foil. Jesus Maeda for the Brewers. Dante Nori. Colt Emerson. Dylan Cruz. Pablo Sandoval. Nick York. Miguel Tejada. Bert Campaneris. Is that a... Oh, it's just a fake out card. I was like, what the heck? I was like, whoa, hold on a second. All right. Fake out card and then a Bomb Squad Prince Fielder. Braden Montgomery. Nolan Schultz. Robin Ventura. Dustin Pedroia. Andrew Jones. Andrew Walters. Kevin Alcantara for the Mets. And an Owen Hall auto. $199 for the Alcantara and Owen Hall for Detroit. Owen Hall looks like a guy who came out of the 1960s. It's 2 autos so far. Colin Hook and Luke Keschel. Still haven't seen our first off the line exclusive auto. He does. He really does look like he's an old time baseball player. Like, he doesn't look like a rated prospect to me. All right. Trash can is like exploding right now. Here we go. Spencer Arighty. Cal Ripken. Thomas Sagassi. Johnny Mize. Ryan Braun, the explosive foil. Cal Ripken, numbered to 149. It's 2 Ripken numbered cards. Wow. That's going back there. Enrique Bradfield Jr. Dranello, I can't even say that name. Holy cow. Mike Schmidt, Ken Griffey Jr., Randy Johnson, Albert Pujols, Jacob Wilson on the optic. Greetings from Washington, James Wood, who's been doing very well. Here's another Jesus Maeda. Chasing Bowman right now. Cole Young, Jack Leiter, Adam Wainwright, Andrew Walters, Blake Burke, numbered to 250. And we got another one behind it. Cole Young here. Dalton Rushing. That is our first off the line exclusive. 3 of 6. Dalton Rushing for the Dodgers. That card. That thing pops. Wow, that's a really slick card right there. Who picked up the Dodgers? Oh, wait. Duh. This is Greg Wisser's box. So Greg got the Dodgers on that one. I was thinking about, I don't know what I was thinking of. So Greg Wisser picks up the 3 of 6 Dalton Rushing. Nice card. Really nice. Really nice. Brady House, Julian Sassana, Craig Biggio, Jordan Lawler, Catfish Hunter, John Smoltz, Sammy Sosa, Vance Honeycutt on the Unleashed. Not numbered. Ethan Anderson. And Hagen Smith. I don't know how many Reds, if they are, they're probably hard to pick up because it's hard for me even to read the cards, let alone. So I think the auto is additional. So we'll say. Jake Bloss, Terry Francona, Colt Keith, Jario Arade, Braden Montgomery, Not numbered. Theo Gillen. Vance Honeycutt. Christian Campbell. Alex Rodriguez. Paul Skeens. Will Wagner. Lou Gehrig. Ryan Braun. Ooh. What is this? Oh, my. How about a Paul Skeens Diamond Marvels to 199 for the Pirates? Taking on the mini. AJ. Look at that card. That card's gorgeous. That's real nice. Tyson Neighbors. James Trantos. Tony Oliva. Will Clark. Kobe Mayo. Johnny Bench. Yadier Molina to 199. 100 to 199 for the Cardinals. Gordon. Kyle Teal. Killen Lindsey. Bucky Dent. Frank Thomas. Connor Norby. Zebby Matthews. Kumar Rocker. Bomb Squad. Carlos Beltran. Alcantara. And Slade Caldwell. All right. 6 packs left. Ooh, something gold and shiny right there. This feels like we got a relic in it. Or a fake out. Oh, there's a card in there. We'll save that to the end. All right, here we go. I like gold and shiny. See that gold and shiny there? Looks like those might be our other first off the line exclusives. Michael Young, Jim Tomei, Brooks Lee, and Kumar Rocker for the Rangers. 1 of 5. Kumar Rocker for the Rangers. Nice. I like gold. Jim Rice, Gary Sheffield, Milestone, sorry. Sebastian Walcott, JD Dix, Jeff Bagwell, Yadier Molina, Ricky Henderson, Mike Piazza, Adam Wainwright, holofoil, rated prospect, Spencer Jones for the Yankees. Nice. 98 and 99. Connor Griffin, Augustine Ramirez, Alex Gordon, Jim Palmer, Don Mattingly, Jimmy Rollins, Chipper Jones. Not a real card. There's a card on the back. They're like stuck to them. Elite Series, Spencer Jones, Matt Shaw, Thatcher Hurd, Jake Peavy, Juan McCall, Deion Sanders. There you go. There's a Rhett Lauder and a Deion Sanders for you there, Chad. Luke Keschel, rated prospect. JD Dix for Arizona. Trey Savage, Bryce Matthews, Manny Ramirez, Eddie Matthews, Heston Kjerstad, Braden Montgomery. That's going to be number 2/8, 4 of 8 for the White Sox. Cliff Lee, Tommy White, Unleashed, Cash Mayfield, Cam Smith, and finishing it off, Buster Posey, Tony Perez, Junior Caminero, Jim Rice, 99. Nice for the Red Sox. And Carter Holton. Let's go back to this one. Theo Gillen. Carter Holton. And Jersey Kings to 25, Christian Campbell. 15 of 25. That is going to do it. All right, let's do a recap. Not too bad. Some pretty interesting autos. I like all the low-numbered stuff. I mean, that's always positive. I mean, Skeens is a nice card. The Diamond Marvels is really nice. The Dalton Rushing is probably worth a little bit being so low-numbered, so not bad break, though. Spencer Jones to 99. Braden Montgomery, numbered to 8. Jim Rice, numbered to 99. Brooks Lee, player worn memorabilia. Gary Sanchez to 74. Yadier Molina to 199. Blake Burke to 250. Seasons greetings from Washington, James Wood. Cal Ripken, numbered to 149. Kevin Alcantara to 199. Ellie De La Cruz on the Mojo All-Star National League. Focus doesn't want to stay. Cal Ripken to 99. Zach Gallen, that was number 250. Charlie Condon, Diamond Marbles. Luis Angel Acuna, base. Ellie De La Cruz, Summer Superstars. Roki Sasaki, base. Tyler Walls to 2025. Angel Acuna, throwback. Paul Skeens, All-Star National League. Mark Long, dual Sasaki Otani. Duke Ellis on the Speckle rookie. Jersey Kings to 25. Christian Campbell. Paul Skeens, number to 199 on the Diamond Marbles, was nice. And then the Diamond Marbles, Paul Skeens. Owen Hall for the Tigers, not numbered. Kobe Mayo Materials, not numbered. Kumar Rocker, number to 5, 1 of 5. Kyle Teal, number 2/8. Dalton Rushing, number 3 of 6. Steve Garvey, throwback auto from 1985. Angel Martinez auto. Mike Mussina to 39. And Fernando Tatis Jr., number to 199. All right, that's going to do it for breaks tonight. We have the football that's kind of hanging out there. So hold on, we're connecting to your channels. So we still have the football that's hanging out there. So we'll see what we do with that over the weekend. If I do anything with regards to more minis or something. I don't have a ton of football in hand right now, so we'll see how this all kind of falls out for Monday. We'll have more baseball. Should have some more basketball potentially to do. So we'll take a look at everything and then get a schedule out for next week tomorrow. But otherwise, I hope you all have a great weekend. And it is 1 a.m. Holy crap. I need to go to bed. All right. Hope you all have a great weekend. And we will catch you all later.